Okay guys, this is Thanks for Your Money and we are going to play some Pot Limit Omaha Zoom on Stars. Okay. So that's pretty tricky hand to play, because I'm blocking set. I do not have clouds, which kind of sucks, but yeah, what are we going to do? I think we have to call, just because this guy seems kind of a bit bluffy, you know. So three betting a ton. I mean, he probably doesn't have aces, jacks, because I'm kind of blocking them. He's probably not going to raise like a pair of sevens. Obviously he could have something like a 7 or something like that. He could have a flash. So okay, I'm really curious to see what he had. He had ace, 10, 9, queen. Ace, 10, 9, queen, yeah. So yeah, he apparently timed out, but I think that with that hand he would probably check. So okay. By the way, this is number of hands, player's name, when to show them, BPAP, raise first team, 3-bet, fold to 3-bet, and then 4-bet. And then raise first team from early position, medium position, cutoff, and button. And then 3-bet from early position, medium position, cutoff, button, small blind, big blind. This is limp. Limp on the small blind, fold limp versus a bet, and then this is try to steal from the small blind, and then we have donk bet, fold donk bet versus a raise. Fuck me. Then this is c-bet on the flop, in position, fold after turn bet, after the guy skip the c-bet on the flop. This is turn bet percentage, river bet percentage, and then this is 3-bet, raise in position, a flop bet, raise in position, a turn bet, raise in position, a river bet, check raise on the flop, turn and river. Yeah, so kind of weird to be 3-betting and then betting that strongly on that board. I'm a bit curious to know what he had. but okay. Yeah, a bit hot, so this is probably not my expected winning rate anyway. I was a bit lucky this month. A bit ambitious, but he's betting 67% of the time. He's going to show down 25% of the time. Now, I think we have to bluff, because he's going to show down 25% of the time. We're not holding a 5, which is kind of bad, but yeah, I mean, our hand is obviously terrible. Yeah, he's never check raising. Yeah. Okay, so he was apparently check raising. But yeah. Actually, I think this was a good check, because my raise on the flop didn't make all that much sense, and then checking the turn, I mean, so yeah, I think this was a good play on his part. So we are going to call. We are not static about this, because I mean, there are quite a lot of aces on his hands, or you know, good round downs, ace, king, queen, jack, and so when he c-bets, because he's only c-betting 40% of the time, on that board, he could have aces with spades, king, queen, jack 10, maybe with spades. So I mean, this is probably a board that you want to check a ton, because you have a lot of aces on your range. So when, I mean, if you are going to bet that flop, then when you check, you are probably pretty weak. So I wouldn't mind just checking 100% on my hands if I were on his shoes. I mean, this guy 3-bets a ton, which is obviously not good for our hand. Yeah, I could bet. Yeah, I mean, kind of weird bet. So now we definitely want to bluff. Wow, this fucking sucks. I mean, I'm blocking Ace King Jack, so I expect him to have here quite a lot of two pairs, which he's this kind of player. I don't expect him to fold. So yeah, I mean, I think we have to check just because he's calling very, very often. So he had 10 queen. Yeah, I mean, I expect him to bet all his jacks, obviously his a9. So yeah, I think we have an easy bluff. Now when he calls, he has a lot of ace queens. I'm not blocking a jack, which he could have. So yeah, I think it's time to give up. He could call with his queen. He could have jack king, kings, jack 10. Checking jack 10. I think that would be okay on the flop. Although I'm not sure this kind of player is checking jack 10 though. Well, I mean, his bet is 50%, is not totally crazy either. So yeah, I guess he could have jack 10. So he's betting 90% of the time, so I'm betting any two cards, obviously. Yeah, I mean, I expect him to be kind of weak on the flop, although I'm not liking the fact that I'm not holding pairs, like top pair, medium pair, so I'm not really blocking anything. And here, wow. If he falls 10-6 or at 6, that would be crazy. But I think he may have like two pair, also like a flush draw. So that, I think the bluff went through. I think we're only afraid of a king there.